What is up, guys? How is it going today? My name is Syratube and welcome back to yet another flipping live stream. Hopefully you guys are having a great week so far. I know I am, and this is a little bit of a surprise stream today, streaming to you guys on Tuesday, which is not a typical stream day for the channel. Usually we're streaming Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But today, I just had this urge to stream, so we will be doing another flipping and money-making session for you guys, an extra one this week, just to make your week a little bit better. So feel free to, hang out, come make some money with us, and feel free to ask me any questions, of course, at the same exact time. On top of it, we are working with 836 mil today. Hopefully we can get some good gains. Maybe a 2 mil episode. We will have to see. We'll start with the Grimy Renard today. We'll have to check what this is actually trading for. I'm going to stick to mainly high volume flips today. And the reason that is on live streams, a lot of the time, I can get undercut or overcut depending on who is watching the stream. So because of that, if I stick to high volume items, I can tend to avoid any competition as far as my flips go. Anyway, the Grimy Renard weed is holding a great margin today. Actually holding a 39 GP margin. That's what we're going to flip today. So hopefully we can secure that bag and make some profits there. Acrolance, thanks for stopping by, man. You changed your name up a little bit, dude. You put a space in the middle, so welcome back. I know the typical live stream times are not the easiest for you to make, so thanks for stopping by, and be sure to drop a like, man. Really does help me out a lot, and I know you will because you are such a loyal fan to the channel. On top of this, guys, as far as the streams go today, or just today's stream, not the entire streams go, I will be doing some investment analysis on stream today. So if you do want me to look at any items, let me know. I will be using GE Tracker, and I'll kind of talk you through my investment ideas, or if I think the item that you are recommending is a good investment or not. So let me know if you want me to analyze any items for you. Love to use GE Tracker and just kind of use those features. By the way, if you are interested in checking out GE Tracker after I show you some of the features today, be sure to use my link in the description below. You can gain access to a 2-day free trial for GE Tracker premium features with the link, so be sure to use it. World of RS, what is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. He says, hey Sierra, what do you like most about my cat? It's really cute, man. It's like fluffy, and it's got like looks all black, right? Those photos when it was a kitten are freaking adorable, man. So feed it good, take good care of it, because that cat is cute. I don't know its name though. You never told me the cat's name, so I would appreciate if I knew that. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep moving on here, guys. We've got the Diamond Dragon Bolts E going. Let's follow it up with the Dragon Darts, one of my all-time favorite high volume flips. Although I don't always show the Dragon Darts because they are a little bit more difficult than most people think. So we'll make sure to actually set these. Okay, they're actually a pretty good margin right now. We do have to be careful though. The reason being is this is coming up, actually I think, yeah, we're in prime time RuneScape playing time right now, which is typically, from my experience, around 5 to 9 p.m. my time. Is when the most people are playing old school RuneScape. So because of that, competition will be at its highest, but trades will also be a little bit quicker. So let's keep that in mind as we flip here on the Grand Exchange. We're already down 67 GP, boys. Just kidding. We're obviously going to make that back up. Let's see. We got the Dragon Darts going. We might as well check out the Air Orbs. Let's do the Air Orbs today. We'll see if this is a good flip. I love flipping the Air Orbs because it is a good flip for a smaller cash stack. Preferably a cash stack around 25 mil would be optimal to flip the Air Orbs. Pretty low risk item as well. Not too nervous to go in on that. So let's go ahead and list the limit, which is, I think it's a 10,000 every 4 hours. So we'll let that sit there. 67 GP or 67k GP. What is up, Jordy, man? Thank you for stopping by. Gabriel, I cannot read your comment, unfortunately. I don't know what you are saying, so I do apologize for that. But no, 71 GP. I was just looking up here, Jordy. I was like, oh, we're down 71 GP. Good start. but of course it's just from the margin checks. Now let's go ahead and do the battle staff as well, and then we're going to check out the Amulet Crystal right after that. The Amulet Crystal has been very volatile today, so we'll have to see what it's going for. It's because there's a massive price dump as far as when the new update came out. It kind of decreased the prices a ton, and now it's a very volatile item as people are trying to trade the item and find where the actual price point is and what is the actual value of the Amulet Crystal with this new update in the game. Let me know your comments on that. Do you think that in the long run, the Amulet Crystal is actually going to raise above its previous levels? In my opinion, I do think that will be the case, and the reason is the Ring of Endurance will consume more stamina potions within the game as more people get the ring, and over time, this should affect the price of stamina potions and bring them upward. Also, on top of that, we do have less people doing traditional agility courses because of the new agility method, which will bring less Marks of Grace into the game, which will bring less Amulet Crystal, which in turn brings us less stamina potions. 200 IQ investment analysis right there, so you gotta smack the like button for that, of course. Now, let's go ahead, 602 mil left. Let's do the Torstals. I just feel like Torstals are going to work for us today. They don't always work for us on stream, so let's make sure we keep pretty active on this one today. I think it's just not as highly traded of an herb, so it just does not fit as well most of the time. Now, it's going to run us about 91 mil. We're going to list that and let it do its thing there. World of RS says, a few days ago, I flipped the Sang Staff for 5.5 mil profit, right? But flipping utilities plugin didn't record that. What would be the case? What would be the case why flipping utilities didn't record that? I'm not exactly sure, but I do believe you, World of RS. You are quite the honest person, so I believe you flipped the Sanguesi Staff for 5.5 mil. That's incredible. I wish I could get a split of that. Tommy K says, hi, what is up, Tommy K? Good to see you. Ezio TV popping in. He says, smack that late stream button. Boom. You guys better leave a like on this video. It means a lot to me, man. And it's free RuneScape flipping advice. So be sure to ask me any questions or if you want me to do any investment analysis today with GE Tracker, I'm down to explore that as well. So be sure to let me know if you want me to kind of do an analysis on an item for you guys. I think you will enjoy it. Kenny Nugent says, finally caught the stream. What's up, big man? Good to see you, Kenny. Thank you for stopping by, and drop a like if you enjoyed this stream. It really does mean a lot to me. Now, we still have 2 open slots left to flip with today. Let's put another item in there and see just how much money we can make off a single flip. Let's go ahead and do the blood runes today. Love flipping the blood runes. Such a quick, fast flip and makes a lot of profit for us. So we're going to make sure we capitalize on this. And of course, it's a 1 GP margin today. It always tends to be the case, man. Every time I go to flip the blood runes, the margin just never works out for us. That's fine. We can move on to another item. Let's try the Amulet of Fury, one of the most highly traded gear items that I know. These things fly off the shelves like hotcakes, and there's just been a massive price dump on the Amulets of Fury. Oh, what? Look at this margin. Oh my god, we gotta capitalize on this right now, boys. Let's go ahead, get a few of them going here. Wow, that would be one of the biggest margins I've ever hit on Furies if we hit the entire limit. So keep your fingers crossed. Let's get this bread, and let's hope that the GE will bring us this nice pixelated coin into our cash stack. Anyway, World of RS says, are you going to do earlier streams? Asking because when I return back to work, I won't be able to tune in, but I'm not working at the moment. World of RS, I don't think I will. Maybe on the weekends if you're lucky, but this 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream on Saturdays is like our main stream, so I think I'll keep that time slot. I can't guarantee anything else. Mike says, how much GP should someone start with flipping? Great question, Mike. Micah? I think that's how I say your last name. Don't know if I've seen you in here before, so welcome to the live streams, man. Hopefully you are enjoying it so far. He's asking, how much money should someone start to flip with? In my opinion, if you want to start to learn how to flip, 10 mil is a great starting point to start to actually learn how to flip, and that's from no flipping knowledge at all. If you haven't found the channel before, welcome, but we can teach you how to flip from a 10 mil cash stack to 100 mil to 1 bill. Honestly, I have all the flipping tips and information here. We've got a ton of videos on the channel that go over flipping and, you know, flipping strategies, flipping with a 10 mil cash stack, 25 mil cash stack, 100 mil cash stack. I think we even have one on a 50 mil cash stack and a 500 mil cash stack. If I remember, or at least I thought I was going to film one for a 500 mil cash stack, but 10 mil, in my opinion, Mike, is the best amount of money to start flipping with. And if you do start with 10 mil, you're going to want to focus on high volume items that are traded very frequently in game, that tend to hold a slightly smaller margin, but make you a lot of profit. Jordy says, I think my chat isn't working properly. Oh, well. And he says, did you get your daily from Zaf? Dude, I almost never pick up the daily from Zaf, and that is because I am a little lazy player. I honestly should. I just never do it. You know what? Let's go get the staffs right now from Zaf. We might as well get that free profit, right? David Wolf stopping by today. What's up, David? Always coming in with the one-liners, it feels like. So he's saying, have you ever tried flipping hobgoblins? If so, what's your highest margin? I've never flipped a hobgoblin before. I don't know if anyone in the chat has ever flipped a hobgoblin, but I flipped a girl at the Grand Exchange. You know, she was buying for 10 mil GP. I sold it for 100 mil GP. It was fantastic. And yeah, it's quick profit on that, so you can't really complain. Anyway, we're going to go collect our 30, they're not free battle stabs, but they basically are, considering we sell them back to the Grand Exchange for a profit. If you guys don't know about this, just to go through it real quick, if you do complete your Varrock medium diaries and hard diaries or elite diaries, you do get access to the Zaf's like battle staff kind of shop, and you can buy battle staffs for 7,000 GP, and you can just sell them back to the Grand Exchange for a little bit of extra money. Currently, you can see we're buying them for 8,226. So we're actually going to turn around and sell that just so we can get this off of our hands. And those were going for 8,250 GP. We'll undercut by 1. List that and let it do its thing. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Leave a like if you're enjoying the stream, and let's keep it up. World of RS coming. He says, do you think Blood Fury will get a slight buff? Right now, it seems for that what it's worth, seems that for what it's offering, it's kind of not worth it at all. I don't really know. I don't know. My game knowledge is not the best. I don't know if it, you know, deserves a buff or not. I'm not like some game engineer or anything like that. So, I'm gonna say just leave it how it is. I really think Jagex should try to QA test a little bit better before they put items in the game, because every time they put an item in, it seems like they have to buff it or nerf it. And these are just market movements that shouldn't be happening. People can capitalize on these. And of course, no one knows it's coming, but it's still not the best thing in the world. JD1938 says, good to see you, Sira. Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping by today, and welcome to the stream. It's not the conventional stream time, is it, JD? You know, you're probably not used to seeing me at this time, but I was so motivated to stream today, I could not go a night without streaming. So, welcome everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Leave a like if you are. And if you guys want me to do any investment analysis, just let me know what item you want me to look at. We'll pull it up on GE Tracker, and we can go through my opinions on if I think the item is a good investment or not. I just kind of feel like doing something a little bit different today since it is a Tuesday stream. So yeah, feel free to ask if you guys want any investment analysis. I'd love to look at some items. Or, of course, if you have any flipping related questions, let me know in the live chat. I am here to answer your questions and teach you how to flip. That's what these live streams are for, and that's what I'm showcasing on the stream. So, anyway, it looks like we've got some undercutters here today. We are flipping at the peak, the kind of like a peak time for RuneScape. There's a lot of players on right now, so there's some clear competition going on here. And the Grimy Renard Weed is instantly selling off, so that's pretty good about that. Ezio TV says, try flipping the new ring. I'm not going to flip the new ring on stream. I could try to do it on a video if you would like, Ezio, but the reason I'm not going to do it is because on live stream, we get a lot of undercutters and overcutters, so if I was to find the margin, it would kind of just be a waste of my GP since I wouldn't be able to hit it anyway. Let's turn around and sell these what are they? The Diamond Dragon Balls E, actually. We're going to sell them for 1,339 GP each. We'll turn around and sell that on the Grand Exchange, and hopefully that's going to bring us some good profit. 75 Attack Boy said, did my donos come through on mobile at the moment? So I don't know. I didn't see them, but Owen, thank you if you did. I appreciate that. I didn't see them, but don't worry about it, man. Just you can do it another time. Not a big deal. I just want to get into John's question as well. John is asking thoughts on ornate mall handles. Thank you for the comment, John. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at it for you. Give me 1 second to pull up GE Tracker and pull up what the actual what is it? The actual item. Give me 1 sec on that, but it's going to take a minute for me to find. Now, my brief thoughts on the ornate mall handles. It's not an item I love. You know, it's not, you know, an item that I think there's really a ton of potential behind anymore. But let's make sure that that's actually the case, and we'll take a look on GE Tracker and see if that is actually a good investment or not. We might as well explore it. Now, the ornate mall handles, let's pull that up. I'm afraid my my channel is, my OBS program is going to pull up my other browser. So let me just make sure we can get the proper scene here. Sorry guys, give me 1 sec, and we'll try to keep on that in the meantime so you guys don't have to look at nothing. Looks like you're gonna have to, so do apologize for that. Let me just get this display capture set up. Probably something I should have looked into beforehand. There we go. Now you can probably see it. Alright guys, let's take a look at this investment analysis here. Oh, it's still messed up. That's a good start. And we'll get this fixed up for you guys, don't you worry. Wow. Yeah, I might be the most unorganized streamer, so drop a like for that. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that okay. Let me know if you can, but you should be able to. Flippin' to Max, what's up, man? Welcome by. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what I think of this ornate mall handle. So the ornate mall handle is currently trading for 375 GP. I'm going to say in between 372,000 and 376,000 GP. So we'll say 375,000 GP. Now currently you can see that there was a lot of hype with the mall handle recently, and the reason that is because people were I think they got taken off of the, what was it? They got taken off of the actual item shop for LMS, and the reason that is because Jagex was trying to think of a way. They took him off the Bounty Hunter shop, they went into LMS, then they took him off LMS to think of a better way to introduce them. This drove the price up like crazy because there was no ornate mall handles coming into the game. So as people realized that, and they realized that this was going to be a great investment, demand was skyrocketing. It was driving the price up. Look, you can see it starts at 430k, going to 520k, 700k, 780k, then a million GP, going all the way up to 1.8 mil at its peak, and absolutely just getting devastated once they got released back on to the LMS shop and more became traded on the Grand Exchange. And after that, it's just been a price decrease, basically to the point of where it's at its what do they call it, like the intrinsic value basically of the ornate mall handle, because if you kill someone in the wilderness and they drop the ornate mall handle, you actually get 375k. I believe that is how it works. So as far as the future for the ornate mall handle, it's probably going to stay around 375k for the long term. I don't see any big fluctuations anytime soon. Many will be brought into the game as time goes on. So if you are invested in them, hopefully you got in beneath 370k, but I hope you did, but I highly doubt that is the case. Whew, that was a lot. Its handle plus Gmall equals 375k. Sorry about that. That is a correction. Thank you, Steven, for letting me know about that. He says the handle plus mall is 375k. So the handle is actually worth can be worth a little bit less than it currently is. Razor Snake 706 says, "Hey Sierra, first actual live stream, loving the analysis." I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Be sure to recommend other items too. We can take a look at anything today, but we cannot forget that we are here to actively flip on the Grand Exchange as a session flip. So for you guys that don't know what like a session or an active flip session is, it's when you kind of stand at the Grand Exchange, you look at items back and forth, and we're not getting any Furies, guys. I'm sad. I know there was so much hype behind it before about the Furies. I had to mention that. There was so much hype, and now we just can't get any. So that is a shame. We'll just take a loss on the margin check there. Air Orbs sold for a 4 GP margin. Cannot complain about that. Let's go ahead and do some Mahogany Planks next, and yeah, we'll get those flipping here. By the way, if you do want access to GE Tracker premium features, you can use my link in the description below to sign up for a free trial, 2-day free trial of GE Tracker premium features. No card information required. This, honestly, you should check it out if you're interested in learning old school RuneScape investing. We also have an entire flipping series coming out, guys, and it is all about investing. Every single tip that I know, every single tip trick that I have with RuneScape investing, I am making a video series on. It's literally going to be like 8 episodes, and they'll probably be like 20 minutes long each. It is jam-packed with information, so those who are serious about getting into RuneScape investing for the long term, let me know and check out my videos, because that series is going to be insanely packed with detail, and I don't think there's anything on YouTube like it, and I've been working on it for a while. So hopefully you guys are excited for that, and yeah, hopefully you guys do check that out when it does drop, but it is still maybe like 3 months away at this point. There's a lot of work that has to go into it. So anyway, we have a recommendation saying flip Superior Dragon Bones from Ezio. I don't love the Superior Dragon Bones, and let me tell you why. I flip the Superior Dragon Bones. I've tried in the past many times, and for some reason I find them extremely difficult to sell. They take way too long, and I don't want to try to sell them on live stream if I can't sell them off live stream. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Sorry, Ezio TV, I keep shooting down all your recommendations, but it's just the way of the trade, man, and I gotta make sure that I'm flipping things I am comfortable flipping and that are going to make us good profit here on the stream today. But of course, as you guys know, the streams aren't really about the profit necessarily. It's more so to teach you guys how to flip an old school RuneScape, teach you the tips, tricks, and strategies, and answer any questions you guys may have. So if you are enjoying the stream today, please drop a like, and let's continue making some bank. Now, let's do the Snapdragons next, and we're going to follow that up with the actual Grimy Renard, I always say that. Every single stream I say that. It's just the Renard seeds, not the Grimy Renard seeds. Come on, Syratube, you're really messing it up. You're sounding like a noob out there. People aren't going to believe you're a good flipper. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Snapdragons going there. 30 GP margin on those. We're going to cut that down to a 29 GP margin. And the reason that is I want to make sure we can compete with other flippers and we can get our offer filled before other people. Now, so when you are flipping and you're not flipping watching my stream, please. If you are flipping, you almost always want to overcut or undercut other people. Now, I used to say in the past that this was not the case, and I still believe you shouldn't do it if the item is very, very high volume, and I mean very high volume. Like Zalvar Scales, you don't have to. Blood Runes, you don't have to. Sharks, maybe you're going to want to. Depends how large the margin is. But anyway. Ezio TV says, Sierra, we all know that you are a noob flipper. I know, dude. I am the biggest noob flipper in the game. But anyway, World of RS, we're going to get to your question in a sec, but we got to answer JD's question first. He says, how is the flipping from 10 mil account coming along? When can we expect the next update video? JD, glad you asked that question, and thank you for reminding me. The next episode of the flipping 10 to 100 mil series drops tomorrow, and guys, I'm not even kidding. That episode and the next episode that's coming up after that one are freaking insane. We are making some crazy profits on there, so definitely check out that video series if you are interested. Subscribe to the channel. This is probably the most exciting series we've had so far, and this last episode was insane. And the next episode I'm recording right now is even better, which is like, I cannot wait for you guys to see that one, because Whew, I did not know you can make this much money with a 10 mil cash stack. Or I guess it's a little bit higher than 10 mil now, but you guys get the point. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get into these flips. Sharks we're going to do next. And oh my, wow, sharks are a really low price right now. I think it's because the bots are just completely destroying the sharks here. And the Twitch Prime bots that have come into the game will be leaving the game soon. So we can give a round of applause for that one, since they will be going away. And I think the offer ended, but anyone who still has that subscription going or who got that deal will still be in the game for another 2 weeks or so. So the bots are starting to clear out, but they are still around, so just keep an eye out for that. It doesn't mean that item prices are going to start going up immediately because Twitch Prime ended. There could actually be a lot more downside to these high volume items than most people think. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're not investing too early into an item that looks low, because a lot of the times in these scenarios, items can keep dropping in price and even go below previous lows. So keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, if you are interested in checking out some items, let me know. I am doing investment analyses, I think it is, on stream today. So if there is an item you want me to look at and do an item investment analysis on, let me know. We're going to be checking that out today, and we'll literally go through it on GE Tracker for you guys. So let me know if that's interesting for you, and let me know if you want me to do an investment analysis on your item. Should I invest in something like iron ore, says iGonzo. We could take a look at iron ore if you wanted, iGonzo. You could invest in iron ore if it's looking low. Typically, the higher the volume the item, if it is a low price compared to where it normally is, its average price, then you can expect to see probably a decent return on it. And it doesn't exactly matter if you get into iron ore before it's at its lowest price or any high volume item, because if it's lower than its average, it's likely it will recover. The only concerning scenarios that come in these situations are when you are flipping PVM items or items that are not as liquid as other items. So we can get into that a little bit at a different time, but anyway. Back to my question, please. We did miss you. I always say that. I always say I'm going to go look at World's question, and I always forget about it. Apologies, World. He says, did you ever try buying some bizarre items for 1 GP each? If so, have you succeeded? No, I've never tried buying an item for 1 GP, so I cannot say I have ever succeeded on that. It's kind of a waste of time, in my opinion. You can get a crazy ROI on it, but most I can see myself making is like 10K on something like that, and it takes up a GE slot. I don't really want to do that. Razor Snake says, Rune Darts had a pretty good margin earlier, around 60 GP, I think. Not sure what it is now, though. That is a really high margin for the Rune Darts. Even that's so high, I would be scared that a crash could be imminent. But Razor Snake, we'll check them out here once we clear up another slot, because that sounds pretty interesting to me. Let's actually translate the Dragon Darts over to the Rune Darts and see if we can get a better margin on those. Aqualand says, Cannonballs for the investment analysis. Sure, no problem. We will take a look at that in a minute. And we can also take a look at the iron ore, since iGonzo is asking a few questions about that. So we'll take a look at the iron ore as well, and we'll see if you got in at a good time or not. The Rune Darts look like they're coming down in price. If they're coming under 1K each, could be looking good for an investment myself. So I'll keep an eye on those Rune Darts as they come down in price. We sold the battle staffs, very nice. On top of that, let's go ahead and collect it. And let's see, how much did we make on that? It was a pretty good flip. I think we made 140K, but I wonder if that includes the battle staffs that we picked up from Zaf or not. Hopefully it calculated that correctly. I'm not sure if it did, though. Let me answer these two questions, then we'll get into the investment analysis after we list another item. Let's do the Manta Rays, another one of my favorite high volume items. And Manta Rays are not as high volume as the Sharks, guys, but they are another great item that you can flip at the same time as Sharks. Wow, that's a really good margin right there. Let's capitalize on it. Every time I flip Sharks and the Grand Exchange, I think of the show Shark Tank, because I freaking love that show, man. Anyway, Brandon asks a great question, and Brandon, we can actually answer your question here in a minute. We'll do it during our investment analysis of we'll do the cannonballs first, because Acrolance did ask about the cannonballs, so let's get that out of the way. Let me pull that up for you guys, and we'll talk a little bit about the investment analysis. Alright, so the cannonballs are currently trading for 174 GP. By the way, if you guys don't know the site we're looking at on stream, this is called GE Tracker. I'm sure you've heard of it before, and of course you can use my link in the description below to gain access to a 2-day free trial of GE Tracker premium features. So you don't have to put any card information in at all, you don't have to pay or anything like that. You just get a 2-day free trial with the link in the description below. So I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already, because GE Tracker honestly has made me a lot of money recently and provides really good insight into items and especially investment analysis. So I'll show you how to use GE Tracker to make maximum bank. Anyway, let's go ahead and start looking at the cannonballs here. Currently looks like they're trading on a monthly low or near it, around 173 GP, which is pretty close to the bottom. Looks like we hit a bottom of 169. Let's take a look at the yearly view though. Ooh, this is a tough item, to be honest, because it's right in the middle of the pack. You can see that last year around this time that the item was actually trading for lower. The cannonballs were trading for 150-ish GP, and recently the game has gained a lot of popularity and a lot of traction, so that means the player base is higher. So I don't think prices will actually fall back down to this previous level this year. I would expect to see cannonballs maybe drop to a low of 160 GP, but no lower than that, maybe even 165, before there's some price resistance and they go back up in price. It is important to keep in mind with the cannonballs that they are correlated with steel bars, the price of steel bars. Of course, right? Makes sense. You use steel bars to make cannonballs, so it only makes sense that the prices are correlated. Now, let's take a look at the iron ore. Ooh, my mouth is running dry. Give me 1 sec, guys. Gonna take a little sip of water. Very nice, very nice. Now, let's go take a look at the iron ore. Currently crashing pretty hard in price. Let's take a look at the yearly view. Of course, we ran into an error there, but it should fix itself this time around. Okay. We'll try to look at the next item here. Sorry, guys. It's a little bit of a technical issue today. Do apologize for that. William Grusecki says, Shark Tank is a great show. Couldn't agree more, man. Gets me so motivated. Okay, I don't think we'll be looking at GE Tracker for the rest of the episode, guys. I think the site's down, so we'll let that sit for a little bit, but if you guys come to our Discord group, by the way, there's a link in the description below to join that. We would love to have you in there. If you come into there, I will answer your questions about investment analysis, I promise. Just message me on the Discord group, and I'll be sure to reach out and make sure that I answer the question for you. You can PM me even if you want, because I don't like when questions on the stream go unanswered, so I want to make sure we get you guys answers, we show you guys how to do investment analysis, and like I said before, I have an entire series that I've been grinding on that is going to cover everything I know about investing in old school RuneScape. And guys, it is a lot of information, so it's really only going to be for those who are really serious about making a ton of money in old school RuneScape and really extending their cash stack. Because honestly, I think this might be more boring than a math class. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'll try to keep it fun for you guys. I'll try to keep it entertaining, and maybe we can give away a bond after the end of the series, because I have been grinding on that. I've been writing a script for that. It is so detailed. You guys honestly have no idea. Anyway, World wants an investment analysis on the crossbow, please. Looks like the previous bottom was 8 mil. It actually went below 8 mil worth of RS. We can't really check it out on GE Tracker right now because of the site, but the crossbow has definitely been under 8 mil these past couple of days, because I flipped a few at like 7.8 mil overnight, and I sold them for like around 8 mil. I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe it was like 7.95, I think maybe. Gonzo says just refresh the page. I did. Nosi Chun says, what are your thoughts on platinum tokens? Very interesting. It's a good site. You know, I don't have complaints with it. I don't really use it anymore. GE Tracker Premium, I think, is better than platinum tokens when it comes down to it. You get better information on GE Tracker as far as like You can get the same information from platinum tokens, but that being said, GE Tracker, it can provide, it has better flipping lists. It's a little bit, the graphs on GE Tracker, in my opinion, are better. Another thing I like about it is you can make your own flipping list on there. It's got a flip finder for you. You also, on platinum tokens, you don't get access to the decanting potion tool, the armor set creation tool, which finds items that are specifically barrows for the most part, that it finds if they're trading on the Grand Exchange for a cheaper price. You can buy them from the exchange, put them together, and sell them as an item set, and you can actually make money that way. And GE Tracker has access to those features. So it also has a tanning calculator. The GE Tracker, look, the sites give the same information, but GE Tracker has more tools that can actually like make you more money, if that makes sense. You know, they're both going to show you the margins, but GE Tracker has useful tools that will get that you can use to actually make more money in the game. So that's my thought on it. Tracker is back up for me, says Colin. Okay, we'll check it out again. World of RS is also asking, have you ever heard of a cool action RPG game called Dark Messiah, Might and Magic? I'm playing it every day and loving it on the side when I flip. Yes, I have never heard of it, but I've seen you playing it, so I do expect that it's a good game. So I mean, I would love to check it out if it's free. Always looking for new games to play. You guys know how it is. Plat tokens checks loads much faster if you want to check it fast, says Steven. I haven't really noticed a difference in the speed of the sites. I don't know where, you know, both are located in the world, but maybe one's closer to you physically, so the site can get to you faster. I don't really know. Don't ask me about those questions or any logistics like that, but anyway, we'll check GE Tracker in a minute. I just want to focus on our active flips right now. But if you are enjoying the stream, guys, please drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the platform. What is going on? To the channel for you guys to enjoy. So hopefully you do enjoy it. And yeah, leave a like if you are enjoying the stream. And let's make some bank. You guys would think that after live streaming, like, and commentating on these streams for an hour, and, you know, not every day, but every week, that my voice would kind of become more accustomed to talking this entire time, and it has never done that. I literally was on video meetings for work all day talking, and now I'm back on a more fun platform making some videos, and my voice is tired and somehow still going, but it's not really trained. Luis Dudley says, what is that profit tracker? And he says, I mean, when can I find it? So this is called Flipping Utilities. It is a plugin on RuneLite. If you guys want a guide on how you can actually download it, I don't have one, but if you join us on Discord, there's a link in the description below. I can show you how, and I just talk you through how to actually add it to your RuneLite. And what this actually going to do is it shows the margins for you, which is really, really nice. Like, it tracks all your history. It tracks your average return on investment, as well as your average buy price and average sell price. And look at this. Look how detailed this is. It actually will tell you when you margin checked it, it knows when you margin checked, and it also knows when you finished flipping the quantity that you bought. So it's a really, really useful tool, completely free to use. I'm a big advocate for this tool. The creator who actually wrote the plugin is in our Discord group as well, so he's really open and really receptive, a really good guy answering questions like that. Luis says, thank you. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm just honestly here to help you guys out, teach you guys how to flip in old school RuneScape. So let's not forget, we do need to showcase some flips here today on the stream. So let's go ahead. We're going to do the stamina potions. Now, the stamina potions in the game right now are at kind of a crazy price. They've gone through such a whirlwind of look how cheap these are, man. These are way cheaper than they should be. And you guys are probably curious, and you're thinking, why are they so cheap right now? Why are stamina potions super cheap? And I'll tell you why right now. The reason they're so cheap is because before an update, everyone gets hype about an item that's going to get kind of like a rework or another use within the game. And because of this, people invest into the item. The more obvious the item is, the worse this gets. Stamina potions were super obvious. People knew the Ring of Endurance was coming out. People were going to want stamina potions, so people started to buy in. That's why we saw a 9k price for the stamina potions at its peak, and now right as the update gets released, it crashes because the supply floods the markets. Everyone has the same idea to sell the potions right when the update comes out, and you will just get completely annihilated. You will not be the first to sell it. Everyone's got the same idea, and the prices are crashing. So what happens is everyone who held the stamina potions thinking they were going to be worth more in the future through that price run upwards is still holding them, and over time they're hoping that the item is going to come back up. But as time goes on, they realize that this is not the case. They wait a week, they wait 2 weeks, and then they dump their stamina potions because they're not going back up. This causes a lot of downward pressure on the price of an item, and that is why they're trading for 5,987 GP when really previously they have not been under 6.2k each for a long time. It's been at least a year since I've seen that. So a little bit of a tiny investment analysis there. So Cody Wall says, can you do a flipping more expensive items like PVM gear and etc. video with at least a 200 mil cash stack or more? Cody, that is a great question, man. Yes, I can, and I would love to. I think that's like a fun thing to showcase, and not something we do a ton on the channel. So I do have a few videos though, Cody, if you want to check them out. I have a series called Flipping with Syratube, where I basically, just an average day for me on the exchange, flipping back and forth, obviously off live stream, so my margins are a lot better. And in that series, I showcase a lot of higher end items. So I'd recommend checking that out if you haven't. We haven't made a video on that series in a while because I've been so focused on the 10 to 100 mil flipping series, which is going so well. I cannot wait for you guys to see that video. It is so good. No one needs stamina pots in the update. Invest now. I would expect to see a increase in the stamina potions back to above normal levels, probably around 6.5k each. The reason I don't know if it's a good investment or not right now is because I don't think we're at the end of the downward pressure on the item. I think stamina potions could drop to 5.8, 5.7k before we see a resurgence in price. So it still might be too soon. We'll have to see. I really don't know the best price to get in for the stamina potions, but all I know is they're pretty cheap right now. Cody says, awesome, man. I will check it out. No problem, Cody. Glad I could help you out, man. And if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Seriously, means the world to me. Helps me out so much. And the support on the channel, like, I mean, I always say this, but it's been freaking incredible, man. Anyway, let's go ahead, turn everything around here, get some sell offers going. Looks like we've got some competition here today on the exchange. It is prime time flipping time for people. Not flipping time, but prime time playtime, basically. How do I even say this? The most people during the day are online right now. So if someone's going to log in and play today, they're probably likely to play during the 5 to 9 p.m. time frame for East Coast Standard Time. That is when the most people are playing the game throughout the day. So when you're at peak time, basically it's harder to flip because there's more trades going on. There's more competition. It's very, very difficult. Steven brings up a good point. He says, staminas were under 5k last summer. I actually didn't know that. So if that is the case, stamina potions could drop even lower than that. Chris just price checked the oak planks for us. He says he checked it at a 511 to a 515 margin. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Chris. We're going to drop this down to a 515 then, which is going to be a break-even flip for us. If we sell those off, maybe that was a little bit too low. Let's cut back on those then. Since those instant sold, let's go ahead and we'll do them at like 517, so we can at least get 2 JP on the planks there, which will be a nice little flip. You better have not lied to me, Chris. I'm watching you, man. No, I'm just kidding. Only 315k on the stream today. That's pretty weak, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is a really bad performance. I know I say that the live streams are not about making money, but we should be making more than 316k. Let's try to maximize here on the stream. I want to make more money than that. Because you said no for realsies, I believe you. Anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more flipping content like this. I literally walk every single viewer I have, whether they're a beginner viewer, or beginner flipper, or an experienced flipper, through every flipping process that I do, every strategy that I have, and I'd love to share it with you guys. I'm all about flipping on the exchange and building your cash deck in RuneScape. I'm the money guy. I'm all about money in RuneScape. So yeah, if you're looking to maximize your cash deck through the Grand Exchange, this might not be a bad channel for you. Torstol's struggling. Let's do another margin check on the Torstol, actually. Why do we always fail on the Torstol? I don't know what it is. I think I have to list under margin next time. I just think they're a super funky item to flip, and they're... Hello? Why was that not selling? Did I have it listed wrong? 841... We'll do 8410? Did I have that listed? Did I have that wrong? Anyway, doesn't really matter, but we'll keep that in mind. World of RS says, what is the scariest volatile item you've ever flipped, and will you flip it again? Yes, probably, but not anytime soon. It's funny that you say volatile item, because the volatile orb is actually one of the most volatile items that I've flipped in the past, and I lost like 7 mil on it after gaining like 9 mil, and I was kind of skeptical after that. Then I kept flipping it, and I was making like 2.5 mil a trade, which is pretty good. It would take a while, but it's still pretty good. You know, 6 hours buy and sell, and you know, 2.5 mil profit. That's really good. Then I bought one, and I waited like a day because it wasn't selling, and then I went back to sell it again, and I lost 20 mil. So I was like, okay, this item is too crazy. I don't want to flip this anymore, but it's just too risky. Honestly, you can make so much money from it, but it's too much risk. And you know me, guys. I am all about safe flips. Take as little risk as possible until you can afford to do those riskier flips and have a fun time with it. I always like challenging myself and trying new items, so that is why I did try out the volatile orb. But anyway, it was a devastating experience to the cash stack, and we have to recover from it, of course. But 697 mil. By the way, guys, we only really focus on high volume items here on the stream, so if you are interested in seeing some higher end items flipped, be sure to check out my channel. We've got a ton of flipping videos. We have flipping guides for any cash stack you can think of, literally any amount. We've got a video on it, and you can join us in our Discord group if we don't have it. There's a link in the description below for that, so be sure to check that out if you are interested. It is the #1 resource for flipping and money making across the entire game. I'm telling you, we have a great community going on there. We'll literally answer every single flipping question you have at any hour of the day. We have some awesome people in there who love flipping and love learning and teaching others how to flip in RuneScape. I just sound like I'm advertising everything. I'm not. I promise you. I'm like trying to give you guys the best resources possible to make money in old school RuneScape. I would not lie to you on that. Anyway, Louise says, I'm a beginner. I've been trying during the years, but I get bored in the process, but now I'm really trying to learn. Louise, we have probably 5 beginner guides on my channel that you can check out if you would like. Let me know how much money you're starting with, by the way, and I can recommend some good items for you to try out, some high volume items, some really safe flips to kind of get you to learn how flipping actually works before you take your cash stack and start to do more high volume items and then eventually higher margin items. But of course, feel free to ask me any flipping questions, man. I'm here to teach you guys how to flip. We do these hour live streams to kind of inform you guys like, hey, you can make a lot of money just buying and selling items on the Grand Exchange. And for anyone who has any curiosity in how to learn to flip, we've got you covered. So, it's so hot in my house today, man. I am sweating. Amulet crystals, that's weird because the stamina potion's really cheap, but the amulet crystal is not that cheap. I wonder why. I'm actually a little too scared to flip that. I do think that will be coming down in price tonight. We'll have to take a look at that. Not much, 60 mil, yeah, not much, yeah. 60 mil is plenty of money to start flipping with. I recommend, even though you do have a lot of money to explore a bunch of items, Louise, stick to these safe items first. Some great items for you to try out to learn: law runes, nature runes, death runes, blood runes. Fantastic high volume items that you can figure out how the actual flipping process works and how you actually do it. And if you mess up, it's not a lot of money lost as well. And the margins are very stable on these items. I'm going to check the blood runes again actually today, guys, because we checked them earlier on the stream. They only had a 1 GP margin. I'm not really satisfied with that. I want to try to hit a 3 GP margin at the least when I go to flip blood runes. But for you guys, anything over a 2 GP margin is probably good to flip. Anyway, the blood runes have extended in the margin, 3 GP margin on the blood runes. Let's try to get them for 367 each, looking to sell them for 370. Now the sharks did finish as well, which we made a 3 GP margin on. How much did that make us? I'm too lazy to do it in my head, so let's just check the RuneLight plugin. 21k, that's not really a lot of profit, but it's something, man. It is something. The humidity is killer where I am at, says Chris. Dude, tell me about it. Whoo! You better wear deodorant, man. Rare Yuri says, do you think Bowstring will hit a low of 80 and Nature's a low of 205 before they rise again? Good question, Rare Yuri. I want to say there's more downward pressure on those items, but I don't really see how that's going to be the case. Because bots, so now the Twitch Prime event's over, there's going to be a lot less botting going on. And while there are inventories and big amounts of items that will get dumped onto the exchange after the event because they've been collected, I do think that we're going to start to see very soon a rise in price on these items. I think maybe we'll have 2 more days of like cheap prices on a lot of these items, a lot of downward pressure on these items, but it will soon rebound. And when it starts rebounding, everything is going to be rebounding. People are going to be buying into the markets and things will go up in price. That's my guess. My guess is it's in 2 days, but that is my own opinion. So please do not invest on my advice. I highly recommend you guys learn how to do an investment analysis. You can join my Discord if you do want to learn or ask me questions about it, but I don't like giving advice on when things will recover or the certain price you should buy an item at, because look, I'm not here to tell you, hey, buy here, sell here. I want to teach you guys, hey, this is how you learn where to buy, and this is where you learn to sell, where are the best points to get in, how to tell if an item is a good investment or not. I want to be the one who's telling you how to figure that out. I don't want to actually give you I don't want to tell you the specific items. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense to you. How's the situation with the human malware we're having lately? Are you still worried about like when you were when it started, or is that eased down a bit? I'm still a little bit worried, not as much as before, and the reason that is because yes, the numbers of the whole infections have gone down, but at the same time, now people are starting to go out more and interact more. So I'm just hoping we don't see a resurgence. That would be devastating for me. I don't want that to happen. I'm just really hoping that's not the case, and I'm going to stay positive. I don't think it will be, but there's always potential for it. Druv says, what plugin are you using? This is called the Flipping Utilities plugin. You can find it on RuneLight. If you want a little extra help adding it into your RuneLight plugin, or RuneLight client, not plugin, you can join us on Discord and I'll answer your questions regarding that. Anyway, we're gonna leave these offers in here while we answer some more questions here. Rare Yuri wants me to do an example of an investment analysis with nature runes. Sure, we'll check out GE Tracker again, see if we can fix it up. Louise Dudley says, okay, I have to check your beginner guides then. Please do, Louise, and join us on Discord. I think Discord is the biggest, that's like the best resource I have personally to get in contact with me, and on top of that, to get your flipping questions answered 24/7. So the Discord group is really helpful. You will learn a lot there, I promise. We encourage people to post their own flips in there and kind of talk about potential investments as well. So it's a great place. It's free to join. Feel free to leave if you don't like it, to be honest. Question coming in from Chris. He says, what kind of margins do you usually expect on items like the Bandage Chestplate or the Tassets? Sometimes he hits 100k each on these, and other times I'm scraping 100k off all 8. Any thoughts on that? Personally, I won't flip a Bandos Chestplate if it's not at least 15k, and I won't flip a Tacet unless it's at least 30k. Anything above that's good. I do feel you on that though, Chris. The margins, like, they change very often. Typically the margin is under 50k in my experience, but sometimes you get lucky and you get over 100k margin on them. So anything over 15k for the Bandos Chestplate and 30k for the Tacets is what I usually chase after. Now, let's do that investment analysis before the end of the stream here today. Let's make sure we get that out of the way. Give me 1 sec to pull it up, guys. We'll do the nature runes, and I'll try to talk through how to actually do the analysis here as well. And I'll show you what I look at. We will be using some premium features to look at these. So if you are interested in checking out the GE Tracker premium features, you can use my link in the description below of this live stream, and that will actually give you a 2-day free trial to the GE Tracker premium features with no card information required. So check that out if you are interested. Sign up with the link and check out these GE Tracker premium features, because honestly, they are a great tool to make investment decisions in old school RuneScape. They've got a ton of things you can use. Anyway, enough of that. Let's look at the nature runes. The nature runes are currently trading for a 217 GP margin, and as you can see right here, they've been trading pretty consistently for the past couple of hours at 217 GP. Looks like they had a little bit of a like they're coming down on a little bit of a crash. Actually, looks like a lot of volumes are coming onto the markets here, but they have rebounded off the price of 216. We haven't seen any prices of 216 here recently in the past couple of hours. It looks like they're starting to come off the bottom. You can tell that there's still a little bit of downward pressure, but investors want to get in. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can see as this line right here, this blue line, you might not be able to see it very well, but this line here is actually it's an average line, so it shows you the average price of and the average trend of an item. But there's actually more stuff we can use here, and I believe this is a premium feature, and it's called a SMA. So actually we're gonna disable the trend line because we don't really need that. Let's go ahead and use the SMA, which is simple moving average, that actually shows you the average price, excuse me. So as you can see, the nature runes were above the average price for a little bit, and then the bots came and they are really plummeting this price down. I think people have noticed that nature runes are currently way undervalued, and you can see there's people trying to buy in, but they're back at 217 because of the downward pressure of the bots. But people are starting to buy in. This is a good sign that the prices will recover soon. What I'm looking to see before I actually make an investment on this is if it will actually hold at the 216 GP price point again. Typically what happens is the prices come down, investors think it's a good deal, they start to get back in, and then the item drops a little bit again, and that's called a double bottom when an item hits 216 or a low price twice. If it doesn't break through the bottom, it's called a double bottom. If you see that, it's a good sign. If you see a triple bottom, it's an even better sign, because that means it has gone down to that price 3 times and has not gone any lower. That is a true investment sign, but I'm not going to go too far into it today. I probably already got a little bit too technical. My opinion on the nature runes, probably a good time to start getting in if you are looking for a long-term investment on these. Just keep in mind, if you are looking to invest in these, even though they have been cheaper in the past, you will have to wait a long time to get a good return on them. So be prepared to hold those nature runes for a long time. I'm not going to tell you what price point I think is best to get them in on, or best to buy them for, because I don't like giving that specific of advice. Anyway, hopefully that helped out. I know that was probably kind of technical or a little boring for some of you, but hopefully you learned maybe 1 or 2 things from it. Again, I want to reiterate that I have an entire investing series coming out where I show you how to do investment analysis on items, and we're going to go way more basic than that, way more technical as well at times. And that series is literally, every episode is going to be like 20 minutes long, and it's going to have so much information. And I know I said it before, but it's going to be probably more boring than a math class. So it's only for serious investors in old school RuneScape who are really looking to make some serious bank and love playing the game of old school RuneScape. You know, I love playing this game, man. I've been playing this game since, like 2016, I think? No, I think I started in 2015, late 2015, and I've been playing ever since, so. I can't find where you're talking about the plugin. Louis, just message me on the Discord group and I'll walk you through how to use it or how to put it on your account. We've gone through it a few times on how to put in the plugin, but I don't mind walking you through step by step if that's what you are interested in. Anyway, we have these flips all in these sell offers here. We did sell off one Torstal, but it's probably going to take a while to get the rest of them off. We will be wrapping up the stream here today with a 513k profit. Nothing crazy, but man, you guys were really active in the chat today. So thank you for all the questions. I really do appreciate it. Drop a like on the stream if you did enjoy it. It means a lot to me. Join us in our Discord group. There is a link in the description below. It is the #1 resource for investing and flipping advice in old school RuneScape. So just join us. Say hi if you like the channel, if you like the content. Be sure to stop by. We would love to have you in there, and we can always answer all your flipping questions in there as well. Anyway, hopefully you did learn something today. Thanks for stopping by the random stream, the Random Tuesday stream. Honestly, like, I did not expect this many people to come here and be this active in the chat. So thank you, everybody. And I'll see you all next time. See you on Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our main live stream where we'll be doing more money-making, flipping, and maybe some more investment analysis if you're lucky. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you all next time.